Hi, I'm Dr. Nixon with Healing Peak Regenerative Medicine's Longevity Channel, and today I want to talk to you about how stress affects your body and pain, and what can you do about that. And I think typically in our society, we really don't focus on how elevated stress levels can cause our pain, and they can really be, elevated stress levels and stress can really be the sole reason behind the pain. And it may not be injury or arthritis or any of those things. It could just be long-term chronic stress. And so I want to just bring some awareness to that, and that a lot of pain can be caused by stressful situations, stressful job, and how does that work? So cortisol is our stress hormone, and so is adrenaline. And what happens is when you're put into a stressful situation, cortisol and adrenaline will spike. And when that happens, typically back in the day, like let's say you were being chased by a bear or something, your body initiates that hormone cascade so that you can quickly release glucose into the bloodstream so that you have easy energy ready for you so that you can run, right? Because first you're going to run away from that bear. And so there's this relationship between adrenaline and cortisol and increased glucose into the bloodstream. And when that happens, then insulin is later released into the bloodstream, and that can also cause pain. So elevated glucose levels and elevated insulin levels in the bloodstream due to chronic stress can cause pain because they're inflammatory to the nerves. So when the nerves are kind of washed in this inflammatory soup, they start to get irritated. And so that can cause swelling in the joints. It can cause pain in the joints. And then what's the other thing we do when we get really stressed out? We put our shoulders all the way up here and we clench our teeth, and we may be doing that all day long, not just at nighttime, right? And so a lot of times our bodies, just while sitting at work or sitting in the car, are like in tetany, right? We don't even notice it. Like, that's how bad it is and how long it's been going on, right? We don't even notice that we're doing it anymore until it starts to be like, well, my neck hurts and my jaw hurts. I'm like, why is that happening? And then you may go see a practitioner and say, hey, like, you're clenching your teeth or you're doing this, and you're like, oh. And so what do you do about that? So that's two ways. One is the relationship is that our cortisol and our adrenaline are not meant to stay elevated for long periods of time. They're meant to spike in elevation so that you can run away from the thing that's going to kill you, and then they're supposed to come down again. But that's just not happening in our regular society, especially not in 2020. And so our stress hormones are staying elevated, creating an inflammatory situation in our body that's directly related to stress, then directly relates to pain in the body too. And so we need to just be aware of that. And then there are some things that I'm going to go over to help you kind of manage that. So then the other thing is that tension, right? And then the last thing that I'll bring to your awareness is that when you have high cortisol and adrenaline levels, the capillaries in the muscles, so like the tiny, tiny, tiny blood cells that bring oxygen and nutrients and blood to the muscle cells, they constrict. And so when those are vasoconstricting, meaning like they're kind of shutting off as much blood supply and oxygen to that area, especially when you tighten up, the same thing happens. And then the muscle doesn't get the nutrients, blood flow, or oxygen it needs to function normally and relax. And so those are the kind of main simple reasons, without getting too far into physiology and pathology. Those are the simple reasons how pain and stress are related in our bodies. Over long periods of time, it can throw off the entire hormone cascade, like your thyroid can be affected and your ovaries or testicles can be affected by this long-term stress regulation issue. I don't really want to get too far into that in this video, but I just wanted to bring your awareness to the fact that high stress levels, and if you have pain, those things are directly related, and there's really no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And you might have arthritis or an injury, but I'm telling you that they're worse because of your stress levels. So there are a few things that you can do to help get your body out of that stress cycle. And one of them is through breathing. And so when your body exhales longer than your inhales, then your body goes into a parasympathetic state, which is a relaxed state, versus a sympathetic state, which is a I'm running from a bear kind of state. And by the way, your digestive system only has parasympathetic nerves that are running to and from it, meaning your digestive system only functions well when your body is in a relaxed state. It only gets the blood flow and innervation that it needs while you're relaxed, which is why it's not a good idea to eat on the road and like so many things, but we can go over that another day. So how do you get yourself back into the parasympathetic mode when all day long you're dealing with stressful situations? You have to schedule yourself some breaks, breathing breaks. One is you're going to count to 5 on your inhale. You're going to hold your breath for 5 seconds, and then you're going to exhale for 8 seconds and hold your breath for 5 seconds again on the exhale. And repeat that probably 10 to 20 times, even 5 times, 5 to 20 times, however many times it takes for you to start to feel that relaxation happening in your body. You can sense it. It's a physical feeling that you can feel that your body is starting to relax. So that's one way. And then another way for you to break that stress response is to go for a walk. Even if it's 5 minutes around the perimeter of your house or your apartment building or wherever you have to walk, up and down your stairs, get your blood moving and get that circulation going, and that will help relax your muscles and also just kind of break up that cortisol cascade that's happening. It also metabolizes glucose that has maybe been, that cascade that's been initiated to release it into your bloodstream because you're stressed. And so it helps kind of use up that excess junk that's in there, right? And get your insulin levels to start functioning a little bit more normally again. So making your exhales longer than your inhales through breathing, very simple, fast exercise. And then going for a walk around, 5 minutes. Doing some squats if you're capable of doing squats. Initiate the quads, hamstrings, and glutes, which all have a massive amount of mitochondria in them, more than any other muscle groups. And when you initiate those muscles and get those mitochondria to move, mitochondria are the cells in your body that are helping your body burn fat and glucose. So you want those mitochondria firing, and that's the fastest way is like using those 3 muscle groups, and squats is a great way to do that and bring down your blood sugar levels and decrease stress. And then lastly, what you can do to decrease stress is tighten up every muscle in your body intentionally. So like start with your toes and tighten them and squeeze them and tighten them and then relax them, and then go to your calf muscles and tighten them and tighten them and tighten them and then relax them, and so on and so forth as you move up through your body. Like increase, tighten, and then relax them, and remind your body what it feels like to be like that, and then what it feels like to fully relax. That can take up to 20 minutes depending on how fast you are at doing that. You don't have to always do your whole body. It might just be part of your body that you need to do that with. And the other thing I would encourage you to do is if you are driving around, or every time you think a thought or go to the bathroom, like make sure, tie it to something that you're already doing, but make sure that your tongue is relaxed off the roof of your mouth. Because if your tongue is relaxed off the roof of your mouth, your shoulders that are up here and your tongue's pressing on the roof of your mouth, you're going to relax all of that. And so if your tongue and your mouth and your jaw is relaxed, then your neck and shoulders will likely follow your tongue and your jaw. Also, that will help with TMJ or any kind of jaw pain that you may be having. And so those are just a few little quick reminders on how to manage chronic stress on a daily basis, as well how to manage pain from chronic stress on a daily basis. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you know anyone that you think needs this information, I would love for you to share this video with them. It may be what they've been looking for a long time. And so I just kind of wanted to put that out there, especially during this time, this year and this time of the year. People are dealing with a lot of emotional trauma and issues. And so if there's any little things they can do at home that can help them out with that, this is a really good video to share with them. You can also follow me at Dr. Amber Nixon in Instagram, and you can schedule an appointment with me at www.healingpeak.com, and I would be overjoyed to see you. So thanks for watching, and if you need to give us a call, our phone number is 206-899-6000. Please like, subscribe, and share.